Joe, the Egg Bowl is getting moved to Friday, and I think it's for a reason that maybe the state of Mississippi won't like. It's getting moved to Friday, in my opinion, because they're trying to put Texas and Texas A&M on Thanksgiving. Your thoughts about the Egg Bowl?
I think what you said earlier is relevant. I think that it is fair to say that I like the fact that I can now watch this game on Friday, because think about how many times on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, and you're leaving your relative's house or you're comatose on the couch and you fall asleep watching it. And I'm a big college football fan, and I try not to let that happen and these things get in the way, and I'll sit and watch it in the car or whatever. But God, the tradition sucks that we're just getting rid of this. I saw somebody tweet out that this is just the future with the commercialization of college football. I don't think a lot of people realize how non-commercialized college football was. TV revenue, sponsors are going to really, really dominate. And by the way, that's something that we didn't even talk about today that we maybe should talk about on Sunday, how logos are now going to be featured on jerseys.
I put that in the thing. Can you imagine?
Yeah, look, this is just another example of it, though, the game being moved, because apparently you kind of have this, not hunch, but it seems like it's likely that the Texas A&M game could be moved to that slot.
Hold on. I don't have a hunch.
Oh, okay. You know that it's going to get moved.
I'll put sourcing behind it. I 100% believe, because they're asking Elko all week about that game being moved to Thanksgiving, and he said we'll go outside in the cow pasture and play. The only reason Feinbaum asked those questions and asked Trev Alberts Elko those questions is mainly due to the fact that they know it's getting moved. They're pandering to Texas.
Okay.
And you know what? Shame on Greg Sankey for doing that. Ole Miss and Mississippi State are the two oldest teams in this conference. Okay? To bring in a team because it makes you more revenue is bullshit. You know what you can do? Here's a thought. Let them play at the same time, or put one game at 5.
Oh, I don't want that. I don't want them to play at the same time, because that's fair. It's just a little brother of one of the games,
then don't put them. Well, you put another one there. You used to put the Egg Bowl versus and LSU versus Arkansas. Do what you did with LSU versus Arkansas. Have one at 2:30, then have one at night, and then you know what you do every year? You flip flop them.
Joe, play the damn game. That game should just be played on Saturday. Like I just don't like this, it being thrown in there where, like you're talking about, why we're swapping these out. It's not like the Thursday game was like a nothing. It's not like it was Georgia Tech. If it was Georgia Tech that was the game that was getting swapped, I'd be like, cool, I don't give a shit. Or South Carolina Clemson, like, cool, I don't really care. That's a cross-conference rivalry, like tough shit if you make a move. But this is a tradition. This is a tradition that we're getting rid of. It
might be the most bitter rival that people don't give credit for. Do you hear these kids singing?
Yeah, so much crazy shit.
Do you really?
I can hear it a little bit.
What are they singing?
I can't hear what they're singing. I can just hear
Happy birthday.
Oh, whose birthday is it that you're missing?
My niece's birthday.
Oh, yeah, she'll live. But you're right. Some of the best moments in college football have come out of this game, and it's ridiculous. You and I are going to be in our 80s, sitting in a rocking chair in a group home, talking about how this game used to mean something and how they used to play on Thanksgiving, and our grandkids are going to be telling us, "Oh, I'm sure, Grandpa, that the Egg Bowl was on Thanksgiving. I'm sure that it was." It's bullshit that this is going to die the way that it did.
I 100% agree. Remember last year's Egg Bowl? That's what I'm going to miss.
I always remember the one where, God, which Ole Miss receiver was it that did the pissing the dog?
It was God damn it.
Elijah Moore?
He's with the
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore with the Jets.
Yeah. That was one of the best.
You know what's so crazy about that? Him doing that made Ole Miss lose for them to get Lane Kiffin. Because if they don't lose that game, they're not going to fire your boy.
Yeah. I think you're right. Wait, I'm trying to
Luke God dog it. Luke, whatever his last name was.
Was it 2022? No, or was it 2021?
No, it might have been 2019 because I think Kiffin got there in 2019,
where it was 21-20. Yeah, I think that's what
They
it
missed
was.
the extra point.
Yeah.
God, man. Matt Luke, that's your boy, Matt Luke.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Elijah Moore that fake pissed on the. And then remember when Ole Miss, it's the meme that's on there. Ole Miss recovered the fumble in that same game, and your boy was waving to the sideline cam like he's on the ball, and he's like,
Yeah. Wait. Oh God, it was a defender. What defender
yeah, it
was
was a
that?
defensive lineman. I forget his name too. Look, man, I just don't like. Look, there's so many things that are changing. Like some things I wish that could remain the same. And look, I will say this, and I make no friends when I say this. I do think that Greg Sankey has three big issues on his hand.
Okay.
Number one, I think he's horrible at scheduling. Like flipping the schedule next year is lazy. Okay, like for example, I'll use LSU. Okay, LSU still owed that Texas rematch that COVID got away from.
Yeah.
And Louisiana people have not forgotten about that. Like putting the fans up in the nosebleed.
Or the Georgia,
Putting
Georgia,
Joe
Oklahoma.
Burrow's dad, by the way, they moved Burrow's dad to the top row or close to the top row of the nosebleed section. So, okay, like those are things. Number two is officiating and umpiring. And number three, pandering for money. I think those are the three things that he's been awful with. And then the day he comes out, it's not an alliance that I have with the Big Ten. We're just have a partnership. So you have an alliance. It's the same definition.
Yeah, the
it's
transparency has been annoying lately. What? Okay, well, before we get out of here, to throw one thing in your face in this conversation, you have said to me when we talk about NIL that you can't limit capitalism. That's what this is.
No, but fair. However, it's not as if that they're going to lose money if they keep Texas and Texas A&M on Friday. They're not going to lose money from that.
They're not going to, but as somebody who understands how these broadcasting executives,
the SEC gets no more money from moving those games whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a potential to make more money on.
You know what else though? NIL players are finally getting paid. That was an issue. Right? Like that. Hold on. You're going to have this discussion. So hold on.
Yeah, but that's not what the discussion is. The point is that we can't get mad about capitalism.
You have two schools. You have two schools that have been in this conference for 100 years, and you're pandering to a school that's never played a game in this conference.
Yeah, that's understandable. But like, we can't get upset over what's going to generate more money and more eyeballs.
But it's not generating more money.
It is. It will. I bet you that there will be better viewership on the Texas A&M game. As much as I hate to admit that, there's going to be more viewership on that game than there would be on.
But you don't make more. How do you make? How does the SEC make more money off of that? The deal's locked in for the next decade.
Make sure you check out Bet Online for all of your sports betting needs. For anything that I do betting related, I go on over to betonline.ag and I use promo code BELIEVE50. BetOnline has all of the latest updated odds for the NFL and college football seasons. Anything you need, whether it's futures, live in-game betting, no matter what, your football betting needs are met at BetOnline. And again, make sure you use that promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50 to get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.